Hello, train conductors, and this is Railroads Online. I will admit, I've already done the beginning of this episode once, and it went bad. This went horribly bad. I figured let's jump to the game, and we'll just start making a video and see how it goes. But Railroads Online, not really much of a tutorial to go through, so you kind of got to fiddle around with everything. I fiddled with things so many times, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just play the game for a little bit and then make a video, hopefully. Anyways, this is where we start with Railroads Online. Nice little train area here, a couple railroad tracks. They kind of go not too far, as we'll see later on. This is our starting locomotive. I think it's a porter, and yeah, its name is Betsy. Let's see, we got a water tower here, and we got a rail car here, which is made for some logs. Well, if we go to the map, you can see right where the arrow is. That's where we are. We're at the freight depot. And I think the game kind of maybe want us to go down to, we guess, the sawmill and to the logging camp. I guess we go to logging camp, we get some logs, bring it down to the sawmill, dump some logs in down by the sawmill maybe, and maybe earn some cash. Currently, no, don't hit escape here. Yeah, I know I've done that before. Let's go ahead and hit that. Currently, I got $2,000 in my bank account. And, well, level 1, because I really haven't done anything. So let's go ahead and, well, we need to move the train, don't we? Let's get our locomotive up and going. To do that, let's go ahead and open up, well, the boiler. And we'll grab, did I grab anything here? I grabbed some. And we'll start stoking up the fire here. All right, for a few logs here, well, let's just top it off, right? Let's just get it all in there. Did I grab? Sometimes it's a little off. Of course, you know, I'm a little off to begin with. So when the game's a little off as well, that's not a good combo. We're at 98%, so yeah, this about as full as we're going to get it. Let's close that on up. If we hop into our locomotive by, no, I need to, there we go. We can kind of see in the bottom corner of the screen here, we got our boiler pressure, air brake pressure, water temperature, water level, fire temperature, and our fuel. Our water level is actually pretty darn high, so I don't think I'm going to need any water, which is kind of interesting because I thought I needed water to begin with. I'm not too sure. We need to get that fire temperature up nice and hot so the boiler pressure can build up. Then we can move our locomotive. Where is our water level here? No, our water level is right to the top, so we're all set. But I will show you how to put water in your locomotive because it's a steam engine. We're going to need some steam. Can I jump back into here? Ah, there we go. So while that's building up, there's a couple things that we can do. Yeah, luckily I learned this. It took me about 5 minutes to figure out how to hook up this lovely train car to the locomotive. I fiddled with it for about 5 minutes. For those of you who have played Railroads Online, maybe you went through the same thing, or maybe you figured it out right away, and I'm just an idiot. As we all know, I probably am. So left mouse button to add a link, and then we'll put a pin on through that. And there we go. Don't get the locomotive right up against a rail car because you won't be able to put the link in. You got to have some space in between. So give yourself some good amount of space here. Let's jump back in here. How are we doing? Fire temperature is getting up there. Water temperature is getting up there. We need the water temperature to get above 100. I think this is going to be in Celsius, I think. 100 degrees Celsius. And once we do, of course, water starts to boiler. Water starts to boil, and the steam will start to pressurize. And we should get some boiler pressure. There we go. There is our boiler pressure. Let's go ahead, and we will start moving this forward. And I won't really need to fill it with water, but we'll go ahead and put some water into it. So this is where I find it easy to run most of the controls on short runs. If you wanted to, you could run all the controls from in here. Do we have any pressure to do this? Yeah, we do. We got boiler pressure to do the whistle. You got your, that is your brake right there. You can control your brake from there. You got your forward and your reverser there. This is your regulator to add pressure to the system. But I find it a little bit easier because I'm not much of a train person per se to train games. So we're going to sit outside. Well, not sit outside. Do the outside view. Let's see. Let's go. We're going to go forward a little bit. Let's open up the regulator. Let's throw down the brake a little bit, and we'll start going forward. And let's add the brake a little bit here. I want to make sure I get underneath the water tower. Like I said, I really don't need water right now because we are pretty darn full. Alright, let's put the reverser kind of like right back to 0, and we'll turn the regulator off. Or down to 0. So if you want to put water in your locomotive, you got to go ahead and open that up. Now I had a lot of problem with this, trying to get it to line up correctly. And can I... Nope. No, I'm trying to... The dragging of these things is kind of... Yep. This is the same problem I had before. This is a little bit... Is there a better way for me to get like up there and I can direct it better? Or can I just get up here on the boiler? No, can't do that. Come on, drag to the right. There, no, I had it. Drag it to the right, and I don't know if that's good. No, we're not close enough. That might be close enough. I don't know. And there's no way to extend it either, as far as I can tell. Alright, so we were good on the water anyways, but you get the idea anyways. Hopefully I'll get better at that. Maybe get some adjustments as well would be good. Let's close that on up here. Alright, Betsy, let's climb into our lovely little locomotive and we'll go forward. We gotta go forward here. Brake off. And let's open up the regulator to put some pressure there. And boom. Let's put that back to 0. And 0. Alright, now if we come out here, and now we stick a pin through here. And we are linked to our car. Now, don't do I did at the beginning. The one thing I will do is on the car, there is a brake. Let's go ahead and make sure I take that brake off now, because I said off. Because I'll forget it. We got to come down here, and I started driving the train and the car down here, and yeah, we got some trees in the way. So let's do some logging here. Just got to take out our saw, and one press of the mouse button, and the trees disappear, just like that. You know, let's go ahead and take this one out as well, and that one as well. Let's clear all these out here. Am I on that tree? There we go. The trees, you cut them down. You don't have to pick up the logs or anything. They're just going to disappear. So on and so forth. Over here, I did walk around a little bit after I got the train this far, but we'll come over here now. This is the freight depot. I'm guessing when we make materials, we can bring the freight back here and we'll get paid for it then? Not too sure. Not too sure at all. You can see there are switches in the game for the tracks, and you can activate the switches to which way you want to go. And right now we're going to leave that one there. Am I all set to go on this track here? I do believe, yes, we are all set. So before I bring my train any further, because we really don't have anywhere to go, we do need to build a track. Now there's a lot of ways you can build a track. There's groundwork you can do, so constant grading. So we could like come on down here. I did fiddle with this just a little bit. But if we extend on over to here, you can curl it on over. You can go up and down. Let's see if I can show you that up or down here. You can increase the gradient, decrease it, and you can also put a curve into it as well. But I don't think the curve takes effect until afterwards. So there, we got kind of a nice little path. The only thing I kind of wish we had is the map would kind of stay up, because you don't really know exactly where you're pointing. But I kind of need to go that way. And you got to be careful of mountains and ravines and all that. But let's go ahead and get our track built just a little bit further on down the line here. from all the reviews I saw, this is, you know, a lot of people are enjoying the game, but it does, they said, yeah, it takes time. So when you hook up tracks to an existing track, you got to look for, above the arrow, you'll see like a little chain link. So you just basically got to wait for that and then click on that. And then you got yourself a nice connection. So we're going to build on down here. I can only go so far, then the train rails disappear. But this is kind of like what you want to do here. And so on and so forth. The one thing you got to be careful of, I mean, you don't want to build your track. I mean, you can do some weird stuff. That will derail your train easily. I did read one person's comment, and it was funny on Steam. They were commenting like, you know, build a track for 3 hours. You know, you get all happy, get all excited, drive the train 100 yards, derail, start again. So, I could be in for quite a joyride here. So let's go ahead and grab Betsy. Now the only thing I can kind of see is once you build up the boiler, there's not like an on-off switch. It's kind of going. So any fuel you put in there, it's just gonna burn on through. All right, so here we go. Let's go ahead and we won't go too fast here. We're just gonna cruise a little bit and take the brake off. And from in here, you can do the whistle. As for the generator and compressor, maybe when we get bigger locomotives. We do have a bell. Okay, I did turn the bell off. Alright, so, okay, we'll enjoy the bell noise for a little bit. We do have a sander, so what the sander does is you put sand down on the track and you're supposed to get better grip with the wheel. And of course let's turn the sander off. We got cylinder cogs as well. I guess that lets the pressure on out. I guess I'm not much of a train person per se, but we're going to give this game a go. I don't want to go too fast because, well, the track does end. Let's put the reverser at -12. Let's go ahead and throw the brake on here. And here we are. As for now, well, that's a better beginning than my first try. Yeah, I did a lot of learning on the first one. That's for darn sure. So a lot of things that you can build. We're going to get to it here in just a moment. Have I learned it? Oh, I've gotten 30 XP so far. There are facilities that you need to put down. The water tower, you already get one. There is a sand house. The one thing I kind of... there's a sand house, but I don't actually see a gauge of how much sand I actually got in the locomotive. I'm not too sure. There's a Firewood Depot. We're going to need one of those because, well, we need firewood to get the boiler up and going. And, no, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I keep hitting P because that's the button you need to open up the shop in Farming Simulator. So, and then we also got the engine shed. And I haven't really looked into that at all, but from what I saw in a couple of videos, I guess you can change some things with your locomotives in there. Not too sure. No, not escape. Yeah, go ahead and continue. Yep, let's get out of there. As for locomotives, these are what you can buy. So this is the current car that we got. Well, that was given to us right at the start. You get this first one for free, and it tells you pretty much what you can take on it. So we can take log, steel pipes. I think it's log and steel pipes. That'd be my guess. And then, of course, we got lumber, raw iron, rail beams, cord wood, oil barrels, iron ore coal, crude oil, crate tools. Then, of course, we got some cabooses. Ooh, that's not going to get us far, but okay. And then, of course, you got our locomotives. This is the one that we got given to us at the beginning. There's the Porter 1, the Porter 2, Eureka, Climax, Hessler. This is kind of beefy. Cook Mogul, yeah, whatever. The D and RG class 70. And that says same. Okay, wait a minute. Just oh, so is this flickering because that's it currently for now. Just remember, this game is in early access. I think they are planning on bringing a whole bunch more locomotives and materials to the game. But let's go ahead and close that one out. You can see this one here. Prices aren't that bad, from what I can see. 4,300 for this thing. And I already got 2,000? Well, that's not too bad. So as of right now, from what I can see, there are no costs for laying down track, laying down gravel. There are no prices for that currently. So I don't know if that's going to change in the future or not. But the next thing I need to do is I'm going to lay some track on down. We're going to go down to the sawmill and logging camp. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to build a track. I have no idea. But I guess I'll see you in just a bit. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, we have made it on down to the sawmill. And the name of the sawmill is Pine Valley. Kind of interesting. If you're wondering why that's interesting, well, last week, on this particular day, if you watch this when it goes live, we were doing an episode of Gold Rush, and the claim was called Pine Valley. So we're right here in Pine Valley anyways. A lot of things have changed. It's taken me about, I've played maybe like an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours. I've been losing track of time. That's what a lot of people said about Railroads Online. So we're down here at the sawmill. As you can see, I actually got a couple more cars. I went ahead and purchased a couple more because I've already been over to, what's it called? The logging camp. Been over to the logging camp, got some logs. I was kind of nervous. The reason why I did a lot of riding around without you guys is because I figured I was going to derail quite a bit. I'm going to kick myself for saying this. I haven't derailed yet. I'm pretty sure I will now because you guys are here. So, let's go ahead and jump into old Betsy here. How are we doing on fire here before I go any further? Nope. No. Just stop opening up that and... Oh, no. That, please, need to open on up. We're at 50%, so let's go ahead and grab some firewood. Did I pick any up? I did not. I'm getting low. Well, it seems like I'm getting low on the firewood, but it's not too bad. Nope. It's not what I want to do. Grab that. Close that on up. All right. The one thing I probably should check. For some reason, I get low a couple times. Nope, we're locked in there. We are connected there. We are connected there. We are ready to go. At least I think we are. And like I said, I haven't derailed yet, but now probably be the time. Let's just let people know that we're getting ready to take off. Let's go ahead and we got to go uphill a little bit here. So let's turn on the regulator. I like turning the regulator on full and do all the speed with the reverser and the brake. So you got to be kind of careful about the speeds that you do, I would assume. I've been taking it maybe too slow. Maybe that's why I haven't derailed yet. Let's go ahead around the corner. I feel like I'm going maybe a little bit too fast. Yeah, okay, this hill's a little steeper than I thought. Now, I will admit this, my track laying, it's my first time, so... one thing I don't like is what I did, is I didn't lay down any terrain. And there goes, I decoupled. Why would that decouple? Well, that could derail, honestly. See what happens when that goes further on down the tracks. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I did not lay down any terrain. I just laid the tracks right on the ground that was there. It looks like that train has decoupled from each other as well. Interesting. I think what I might do is now that I got kind of a general area, because, you know, like I said, you can't have the map up as you're building, which kind of sucks a little bit. Don't want to run into the other cars, because if I just run into them at full speed, they may just... Who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, as you're building, you can't have a map up, which kind of sucks a little bit. Because you can't really see where you're going, per se. So it's a lot of guesswork, and then of course you got the terrain to take consideration of what you're doing. Now, if I haven't mentioned this yet, I don't think, but this is also a multiplayer game. So when you start up a server, you can actually have up to 64 people apparently on the server at one time. So if you wanted to go ham with this, you can have like a lot of people building. No, break. Break. Let's go. No, regulator. And what are those going to do here? All right, because what I got to do now is to hook these back up. I got to go ahead and put a link in, put a pin in there. Link, pin. All right, let's be very gentle because I don't want to push this one down the tracks. All right, let's take the brake off a little bit. Let's go forward. Want to be kind of slow with this. All right, maybe a little bit faster. A little bit more. And am I there? Nope. Regulator up a little bit more because now we're going downhill. Actually, put the brake on because I think that car was coming back down with us. All right, so we should be locked in, I think. We got that one there. All right. So this is the first time I've made 2 trips so far, and this is the first time this has happened. So like I said, it always seems to be like, yeah, when I'm going to bring you guys back, that's when it's going to hit the fan, right? And I hit that one too hard. Of course, now we're going downhill. I actually probably could have turned the brake on. All right, let's see if I can connect this in. Actually, we're rolling backwards here, but hopefully I can. All right, I heard it click. We are in, I think. I don't think we're near the logging area just yet. Hopefully I can get a start here. Yep, I can see the logging building right up ahead. So the one thing else I got to be careful of, as I also read online as well, is make sure, and we don't have enough oomph because I didn't get a good start here. All right, so let's go ahead and back on down. Need to get a running start here. All right, let's go back forward. Momentum is the key. If you stop going it on a hill, you're just not going to start from the get-go. But if you fall off the train as the train's going, you're not going to be able to teleport to the train. You got to basically run to catch it. There's no quick travel, anything like that I know of in the game. Okay, let's slow on down here. Slow on down. Alright. Nope. Oh, don't tell me I went too slow. We can't cruise in from here? Come on, Porter. You can do it. Come on, Betsy. Now, this does not mean anything with Locomotives. That's because I came to a dead stop on an incline here. If I had full momentum, we were fine. But like I said, I'm learning on how the trains actually work in this game. So, learning how to control the speed is everything. You go too fast, you're going to derail. At least that's what I read. So, I've been taking it too slow. Like I said, I might be going too slow. There, we got it now. We got it now. Alright, let's slow the reverser down. Let's apply a little bit of a brake. And right here is good. Turn everything off. Alright, we are good here. We are at the logging camp. So at the logging camp, what you're going to find in most of these areas, so it's 100 out of 100. So all you have to do is come over here, and you can see left mouse button to load freight, left mouse button to load freight, and we're going to put on 6 logs each for each cart that we got here. Now, as you can see, I built track over to here, as you know, because there are no tracks on the map when you log in. So I built tracks to here and back to the sawmill, so we can make a little bit of cash here. Let's go ahead and do that. And that. And so far now, I am actually at level 2. My funds are a little bit off because I did buy 2 carts. I think those are $300 a piece. So you can see I've actually made a good amount of money because I had $2,000, spent $600 on carts, and you can see I'm up to $1,640. And what I did over here is I built myself just recently a Firewood Depot because we're getting low on firewood in the locomotive. So we need to make firewood. I'm like, well, might as well put the Firewood Depot here. I think all I need to do, because there's cordwood here, is this transport the cordwood over to here. I think that's all I need to do. I'm not too sure about that. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, so we'll find out here in the near future. But as of right now, we are loading up our carts with some logs. I think I can get that front cart with that front one. Let's see if it fills up the front one now. Might be in the same trigger. Let me get that off there. Yes, it triggered in the front. Perfect. Now, you just got to be careful with your locomotive. This is where it's a little bit out of my hands right now. I'm just learning. But I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to load up like 10 carts and load up all the logs. I don't think I'd be able to handle that much. So you can see, even though I'm taking logs, it still says 100 out of 100. Still says 100 out of 100 over here also. Let's see, we're done filling up that cart, so it's just this one right here. Drop it on in. Load that on up, please. Actually, you know what? This might be a good time to possibly take a screenshot for a thumbnail. Alright, so 2 more logs and we can be back on our way down to the sawmill. So there are some adjustments you can make at the beginning of the game. You can put the economy on, I got it right in the middle, and I got the physics on middle as well. And last one loaded on up, I think. Yep. Alright, so we are good to go back to the sawmill. And we're getting a little low on the firewood, but I got enough for a few more trips, I think. Alright, we'll just blow the whistle, let everyone know. I'm the only one here. We are going to open up the regulator all the way, because that's the way I roll. A reverser, I think we're going to go a little bit slow at first, because we are going downhill. Let's take the brake off. Now on the way back, I do got to be careful because there's one spot where I do have a kind of an incline, and if I'm not careful with Betsy, she may not make it. Every time I've done it though, we've made it, so we'll see. So you can see the load that we had there. I don't know how I got onto there. Sometimes I get the mouse at a certain area, and some things pop up, and it's like, oh, okay. That's how we get that information. Let's throw the brakes on because we are going maybe a little bit too fast here. Hopefully that we are not. Alright, let's put the reverser back on all the way. No more brakes, because I know we got incline coming up, so I want to make sure I got all the speed that I possibly can have. We still got all of our carts. Yes, we do. Nice and level all the way through here. I think though other parts of the map, when we start getting to like the coal and all that, there's going to be some inclines. So you got to be very, very particular with the tracks that you put down. We can make railroad bridges, wood and steel, so it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it goes along. Alright, so here's the incline I gotta be ready for. Hopefully that corner's not too sharp. Nope, okay. Yeah, I definitely gotta fix the track. It's a little wonky here and there. Come on, Betsy. Maybe we should put the little sand down. Help you on out. That's what I'm saying, right there. I gotta be full bore on the regulator, the reverser, and no brake. And we finally get up here. And now we gotta be careful because now we're gonna go downhill. So let's put the reverser on to 0-ish. And the weight alone will bring us on down. Now let's start slowing everything down here. Actually, let me put that into forward. Help us slow down a little bit there. Let's take the brake off and we'll just go backwards a little bit more. I want the brake at 0. I think we are actually... I think we can get all the logs off here. So let's go ahead and hit the brake stair. Turn that up. Turn that down to 0. Exit on out. So we do get paid for, as I go for a swim, we do get paid for, as we see, I am at 1640 for money. I didn't look at my XP, but 1035. Let's see if I can remember that. So we come over to here. This took a second to figure out how to do it. It say enter to toggle to unload, but just be careful. And there goes the logs. And looks like I'm getting $10 for every log and 10 XP for every log I deliver. Alright. No problem there. Toggle to unload. And then toggle to unload. I'm up to 1,820 bucks. XP is going on up as well. So now with logs here, I did have a little run around down here because I was trying to figure out what was back here. Back here, the logs are made into, is it lumber? Yep, lumber. So you can see I've brought in a good amount of logs down because I already got 29 lumber ready to rock and roll and go here. So I guess the lumber is something I could bring back to the freight depot, which is back up by the freight depot. And like I said, there's no way to teleport that I can see at all. So you just can't click on the map and teleport up there. So if you got multiple trains going, I guess you'd have to run back and forth to do so, which would be kind of interesting. That's for darn sure. I am just curious, if I go back into here and locomotives, if I wanted to buy a bigger locomotive, I didn't really look at the pricing too much here. The train car lumber, we'd have to buy those. Those are only $250. So why are these $300? So if you look at the cart, this is $300, and this is only $250. But what you're actually adding to it. Oh, we sink into the ground. Okay. So this is $250, and that's $300. I guess the flooring does change. I guess this has a couple more steel braces on it, I suppose. All right, so yeah, lumber, raw iron, and rail beams. So if I want to transport that lumber, I have to get a different cart. Can we close that on out, please? And if we look at the map, you can see now you got iron ore mine. You got a coal mine, a smelter. Well, look where a lot of this stuff is, man. I haven't been in any of these areas yet, but I can imagine running the tracks to those areas is going to be rather interesting. Oil fields to the refinery and iron... Well, oil field and refinery might be the next area to run to, because it's all flat. I guess that's something I could be doing next. But I think I'm going to be doing a lot of runs here to the logging camp and sawmill. Maybe get a bigger locomotive. And try to get more experience as I move along here. But, yeah. So for my first go around here of railroads... See, why did I become decoupled there? And here. Why? Why does it come... Okay, so we're still linked here. I don't understand why we're getting unlinked here. So for those of you who are playing Railroads Online, are you running into this? What did I do here? All I did was unload the logs from here and they became decoupled. I don't know. That's interesting. The one thing I probably will do here is we'll go ahead and save the game here. You do have 10 save slots, at least. So that's a good thing. We'll go ahead and continue here. So, yeah, multiplayer, Railroads Online, like I said, from what I can see, setting up the server. And I think when you're setting up the server, you're the host server kind of a thing. So, 64 players on one server could be quite a bit. I'm not too sure about that. I just imagine 64 people trying to run trains around here. Could be kind of interesting. I'm not really sure if I'm going to have one episode a week or how this series is going to go. Not too sure. Don't know how long it's going to take me to set up other things and do other things. We'll have to see how it goes. And plus, I want to see how this video goes. I'm not sure if it's going to go over well or not. Have no idea. But if you want to see more of Railroads Online here on the channel, you know, hit that thumbs up button. Lets me know that you're enjoying it. For those of you who are playing, yeah, helpful hints and tips are always appreciated. Because I didn't dive too much into this on YouTube myself. I just looked at a couple quick things, and people say, "Oh yeah, it takes it can suck you in. It can make you spend hours on here for sure." But anyways, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here again one more time at least at Railroads Online. But until then, have a good one.